Hello YouTube once again, and welcome back to a channel about everything and about nothing. So today we're going to discuss a quadcopter build that I'm going through currently. It's my second one. This is a Tarot 650, spelt T-A-R-O-T. Now it is a carbon fibre frame. Going through the design again, and this time I opted for something a little bit different in the flight control. It's a Pixelhawk 3DR. It has a ton of features, and the best part about it, it's coded by the open source community, and I've had a look at all the settings and everything that there is in there, and it's quite hard. So when I do get to fly this thing, there's going to have to be a lot of testing done. I mean, I don't know, do you want it flying away? No. So anyway, a little bit about the quadcopter itself. So here it is, to give you an idea of how big these motors are. There's my hand, there's the motor, there's Sunny Sky's motors. Here's the flight controller, the Pixelhawk 3DR, that's already in place. Now what I'm waiting for is speed controllers to control the motors. The radio I already have, it's a Futaba TS14G. Now these retracts, and this is the beauty of the community from YouTube. I watched a guy, he made them. They're actually RC plane landing gears reversed. Basically that's the quadcopter build that I'm going through at the moment. Now the beauty about building this is just fun. Now when you build something like this, these motors can have two kinds of run two power voltages. There's 18.5 and 22.2, and you need a voltage regulator to bring the voltage down to go through the flight controller, so it's a little bit ambiguous in what you do. The speed controllers, you can flash them with different software so they're more responsive and all this sort of stuff. It's a headache, but it's a headache that I'm sort of doing as a hobby. About them is when you buy motors like that, they come with a data sheet and all the specifications and everything that run through. 3, 6, 7, 8 types of propellers can go on this motor, and they all work in different ways. It's all about efficiency, thrust, and the amp draw on the battery. Now the higher the amp draw, the hotter they get and all that sort of stuff. So it's really about mixing and matching the propellers to match the motors. Now I've always said in quadcopters or any kind of drone that I look at, I don't look for speed, I don't look for distance. I mean, I like to see what I'm flying in the air, because this is substantially a big drone. If that were to fall on someone's head with a camera and battery attached to it, you've got a few kilos here. So and not only that, but there's rules and regulations to adhere to when flying stuff like this. So yeah, that's basically what I'm up to. I've gotten to a stage now where I'm looking at buying the battery, the speed controllers, and a voltage regulator and a voltage gauge to show the voltage, and I might actually even go FPV on this. In regards to the Pixelhawk flight controller, the telemetry is absolutely brilliant. It's awesome. The functionality of it is also beyond anything that I've ever seen. But I do reiterate that, being from the open source community, there's a lot that goes on with these flight controllers, but they all seem to run off one application, whether it be off a mobile, a tablet, or a laptop. I love the Inspire. That's another great unit, but we're getting up in the dollars there now. There's I believe it's a true tried and tested machine is the Phantom 4 Pro. Has a great camera, a lot of options, and you can actually get retracts for it as well. And I like that. I've actually seen one with retracts, and they fly it in the air and all that, and it's absolutely fantastic. So if I'm gonna get another drone, out of the box drone, I'd love to get a Unique or something like that, you know, a bit more of a semi-professional unit, but you know they are quite pricey. Um, so I will be aiming for the Phantom 4 Pro. I think it can only come down in price, but something like this to build, you're probably looking at around, without the radio, I would say 1,300 Australian dollars, maybe to 1,500 Australian dollars. So it's not a cheap build. You know, the batteries are quite expensive. You know, I now understand with the Phantom. You know, like I looked at getting a couple of spare batteries, and like here in Australia, they're $200 each. And so you know, I sort of looked at it and thought, yeah, okay. So there is no going cheap if you want a good quality drone. And look, even to me the DJI Standard is a brilliant quality drone. It's a great drone for learning to fly on and all that sort of stuff. And I would recommend that to anyone. Um, you know, I've seen guys fly Mavics out of the box like you wouldn't believe, and yeah, so that's what I'm up to at the moment in the drone, on the drone side of things, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And once again, if you like what I'm doing, subscribe and like, and if you don't, well, see you on the next one, or see you around.